Catering. And today we honor a business tradition in the greater Akron area, Hartville Hardware. What, 1947, the doors opened up at Hartville Hardware. Joining us live right now is Chris Price with Hartville Hardware. And the history is really unique, how this whole thing got started and the moving of the buildings. And let's start right there, Chris. Talk about the history of Hartville Hardware.
Well, I mean, what people know of our store as it being family owned and operated for really since 72, but we've just been on the move from the beginning. And it goes back really to the Hartville Kitchen and some of our other family of businesses. Those were some of the first ones we did, and we didn't get into the hardware business really till about 72 with the current family. And that family still exists and still is connected to our store. Many of them still work in our store. I interact with them on a regular basis, but we pride ourselves on that. It's not many companies that you can go and talk to the owner as a salesperson. That doesn't happen everywhere.
And you and I were talking before we turned the mics on off mic that you guys have had to continue to evolve, change the store, the locations, and you had to really deliver to the customer what they need in 2020 that may have been different than it was in the 1970s. Talk about the evolution of the store.
Absolutely. I mean, when we really the current iteration in 72, our president and CEO, Howard Miller Jr., he was just 19 when all this started, and he's still connected to the business. And we grew, and we had to relocate a couple of times. Just a couple years after he took over in 74, we went to what many people remember as the old hardware store, which I was lucky enough to work at, about 12 years ago. And then in 2012, we had to evolve again and built what is now America's largest hardware store, 305,000 square feet under roof. That's about 7 acres. I mean, there's an 1,800 square foot building inside. And we did all those sort of changes, not to just say, hey, let's get bigger, bigger, bigger. We just, we wanted to appeal to the need. It was really our customers driving this change. I mean, back in 1999 when we had our first tool sale, we were just out of room. And so we had to start thinking, and, brick and mortar is changing, but the one thing that we don't ever want to change is our knowledgeable people and caring about the customer. Even though we're big, we want to feel small. And we've tried to do that with every evolution of ourselves.
Well, it's no mistake you guys have done it so successfully through the years. You mentioned the tool sale. That's coming up this Friday and Saturday. You're going to have a transformation of the business inside. DeWalt will be there, but talk about your annual tool sale.
Yeah, we've been doing this tool sale for decades, really. I mean, I mentioned one of our biggest was back in 1999, but last year was an even bigger year for us. I mean, it's hard to describe just with words. Hundreds of tool vendors are there. So if you're a woodworker, if you are interested in tools, and it's not just tools. I mean, we have sales on power equipment too. Steel is a big brand for us. We're a John Deere dealer. We have a showroom that's second to none, I would say. But it's an experience. I mean, if you want to learn about woodworking, we have classes that happen on Friday and Saturday. We even have flooring on sale. It's not just our tool sale, but it's an experience. There's popcorn. I mean, we always laugh because people just come and we're dog friendly. There's so much that happens this weekend, and our sales aren't just Friday and Saturday. In the tool department particularly, they're all week. So if you can't make it this Friday and Saturday, you're going to miss a great time, but you can still actualize those great deals that we have all week.
With us is Chris Price with Hartville Hardware. They are our business of the week. You've certainly heard about the history, the tool sale this weekend, their spacious store. If people would like to connect with you guys through social media, websites, I know you have all that stuff. Why don't you pour it out there for our listeners?
Yeah, you can find us, Hartville Hardware, on Instagram, on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. All of our events we try to push through there. And two, talking about evolution, we also last year added a second location, a 10,000 square foot building in Talmadge, Ohio. right off the circle. So if you're up in that neck of the woods, make sure to check us out. That really truly is that small time convenience hardware store. Be sure to check us out there, but you can find us in all those places, Instagram, Facebook, or stop by. That's the best way.
Yeah, indeed. And get a chance to talk with Chris and others people there on the floor, and they pride themselves in that. Hartville Hardware, our business of the week here on WAKR. Chris, nice meeting you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having
me.
me.
And congratulations. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
There you go. Chris Price from Hartville Hardware joining us, our business of the week. Brought to you by, again, HEARINC and TLC Catering. 12 minutes in front of 9 o'clock on the Ray Horner Morning Show. Traffic and weather on the 8s again with Stephanie on traffic.
You have an accident on 70.